What's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my first Q&A video answers type of video, answering subscriber questions, answering questions from you guys, leading up to Game of Thrones Season 6's premiere. In this one, we're going to start with the question, is it possible, is there a chance, spoiler warning by the way, anyone who hasn't seen the finale for Season 5 yet, is there a chance that Stannis Baratheon could still be alive? So I'm ready for the video. Got my Hodor shirt, Game of Thrones poster, good to go. So the link will be in the description to the HBO store. If you guys want to buy a cool shirt like this one, you can click there to go ahead and purchase one. Giveaways are all done. I want to say very special thank you again to the HBO store for giving us some stuff to go ahead and give away to you guys. I thought that was a lot of fun. And maybe I'll do it again next year for the reviews. But that said, it's going to be a while, basically a year. Somebody said, oh, only 10 months, 10 months. Yeah, you're right. If you want to be technical, 10 months until Game of Thrones Season 6 starts. But, I'm still feeling like just buzzing after how awesome that finale was, man. Season 5's finale, that final episode was just packed with some of the best stuff we'd ever seen. I may do like a top 5 video, my top 5 favorite Game of Thrones episodes. I think that'd be a good title for a video, because there have been a lot of incredible episodes in Game of Thrones, man, and that one definitely has to be in that list. It would have to be in the top 5, no question about it. So I've got about 5 questions from you guys for this video, and I may do, a few parts of this. I don't have to do just one Q&A leading up to Season 6 of Game of Thrones. I could do a few. So if you guys are interested, send me whatever other questions you have. In the About tab of the channel, you go to my channel, click on the name below, go to the About tab, send private message with whatever Game of Thrones questions you have for Season 6. Do I think we'll see this? Do I think we'll see that? Do I think this? Do I think that? What do I think about this? What do I think about that? And I'll include them in the next Game of Thrones Q&A should I do another one leading up to Season 6. So, that said, do that. If you're new to the channel, you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe at the bottom left. And you can, I'll answer your questions if you ask me some good questions. So for this one, all right. So we got 5 questions. First one is from various viewers, not just from one. I was going to include people's names, but I was like, well, like 5 people or 20 people in the comments have asked this. What do I think about this? And that is, spoiler warning, in the finale for Season 5, Stannis' fate, basically. What do I think about Stannis' fate? I hadn't really mentioned in the review the possibility that maybe Stannis is still alive, because we do not see Brienne actually kill him. We're of the idea that she is going to kill him, but we don't really know for sure that she is, in fact, going to do that. Now, people want to hear my thoughts on this, and so here they are, basically. Here's what it is. Brienne is the type of character, oath keeper, right? She is an oath keeper to the end. She is a servant to the finish line, to the end, to her last dying breath. And she, even before Cat and Sansa, the Starks, and she was kind of sworn to them, so to speak, she was an avid follower of Renly, right? She was absolutely 100% loyal and devoted to him in his King's Guard. So, given this opportunity now at this time where she probably thought she would never be in this case, never have this chance, I personally would think that she would not hesitate to kill him. No question about it. Unless she's either interrupted by somebody, unless something else happens that we didn't see off screen. But I would see the chances of him still being alive are very, very small. Also consider, what would it do for the story if he was still alive? Could he maybe go back to the Wall or something and try to, I don't know, get the wildlings to fight for him? Or I don't know, man. It's, that's a little crazy. So my idea right now is probability probably 80-20, maybe 70-30, I'd say, that Stannis is dead for sure. Even though it was off screen, based on the character that Brienne, based on who Brienne is, I don't see her hesitating, knowing what happened to Renly, seeing that shadow of Stannis, knowing that it was basically blood magic that he used. She would not hesitate, I do not think, given that opportunity. So that's what I would say. I would say that, I'm pretty certain that he's dead. I'd be shocked if in Season 6 Stannis was like in the first episode with Brienne or something. My prediction is that she kills him, and then when Sansa and Reek, jump off and get away, they will run into Brienne and they will all kind of leave and go somewhere together. We'll see where that is, where that's actually going to be. So there's my answer to that one. I think Stannis is dead. Very small chance he's still alive, even though anything's possible. If it's not on screen, it's open for debate, right? That's for sure. It's open for debate. And there's other characters like that too, like the Hound. From season 4's finale, right, with the Hound. Whether or not he's dead, you get into all this different stuff. But with Stannis, I think Stannis is dead. That's my thing. His best stab at the throne he's taken his chance and he's failed, and that's it. That's the way I see it. So there's that. Okay. Next question is from the THEGILLIGANOBAT, and he says, do you think Arya is permanently blind? So will she be blind forever, or will she eventually in the series, in the next 3 seasons, if it does go just to 8, and it doesn't get extended or something, do you think it's possible that she's going to be, or do you think she will be permanently blind forever, or will she eventually get her vision back? Well, I mean, just based on what the characters set out to do, I would think in the story she has to either get her vision back or she has to either, find some way to be able to sense. If it's a Daredevil thing, that's fine. But she's going to need to be able to sense, people and what's happening and be able to still be that badass assassin. So I don't think it really matters either way, because I view it as either, she's going to get her vision back, or she's going to have that kind of, that magical kind of sense of where everything is, and, a Daredevil type feel, right? Which is kind of magic. But I'd say probably, she'll probably get her vision back eventually, I would think. I think so. Next one's from Adrian's B17, and he says, okay, do you think Lady Stoneheart will appear in season 6? So I think at this point, this is like when people ask me for The Walking Dead if Morales is ever going to show up again. At this point, I would say no way, man. I think Lady Stoneheart that's it. There's no way we're going to see it ever. I don't think it's ever going to come into the story again, and I think it's one of those pieces that the TV series is going to drop and not touch. They're not going to touch that storyline. They're done with it. And I think that we're never going to see that in the TV show. That's going to be like a book version type deal. If you want to hear that kind of story, read A Song of Ice and Fire, and you'll get those extra things. Because there's a lot of extra stuff, extra characters, extra things that happen in A Song of Ice and Fire that's not in the Game of Thrones TV series, especially from Season 5 onward. Season 4, Season 5 is even more, a lot different. Tyrion meets like all these people as a slave, and he does all these things, and he's like a slave for so long, and all this stuff is happening. And in the TV series, it's like, he's a slave, and then the next episode he meets Daenerys. It's like so quick. It's like, what? Like, how did that happen so fast? And the direction and everything. So I would say Lady Stoneheart would be a book character only, and I do not think we will ever see her in the TV series. Character like the Hound, which I may do in another part, maybe he'd be more open for discussion at this time. But since Lady Stoneheart hasn't shown up yet, and that's all the way back from season 3, that stuff, season 4, season 5, that's 2 full seasons of Game of Thrones. That's years later. We're just never going to see it, man. That's what I'm saying at this time. We haven't seen anything yet for it. I'm pretty much certain we're never going to see it, and that's what I'm saying. So there it is, okay? My final kind of say on that one is I don't think we'll ever see Lady Stoneheart. Okay, next one is from the Cheese Co., and he says, predictions of the Iron Islands King's Moot storyline from books 4 and 5. You're on Greyjoy. What do you think? So this one... This is hard because I did hear about some casting stuff with the Greyjoys, which is cool. So I'd like to see them again, and I'd like to see them worked back into the TV series version of the story. But it's a lot different. It feels a lot different from the books, and last time we saw Yara and all that, and I don't think we officially saw her death either, right? Or did she get away? I don't even remember what happened with Yara now, because I remember the dogs, I remember Ramsay, and then like what happened with her? Did she get out or whatever? I think she did, but I just don't even remember now. So with the Iron Islands and that, I'd like to see them work back in the storyline. Something happened with them because they weren't used at all in season 5 at all. you know, and I'd like to see them used more and to see more stuff with them. It seems like we're going to see something, but I think that everything we see in the TV series from now on is going to be a very simplified version of the books. So the amount of characters is going to be shrunk. You know, you're not going to have a lot of these different extra characters and things that A Song of Ice and Fire had that, you know, the TV series won't. The TV series more is concentrated on the characters that we get to know over time, and it seems like they will bring in some characters, but if you look at season 5, they brought in almost no new characters. You know, like everything was like continuation. The High Sparrow maybe is new, and a few new little things, but most of it is a continuation of the characters earlier on. So that's where I would say, like with that, I hope we'll see something with the Iron Islands and the Greyjoys and that, and you know, and I think we will. Yeah, but I think it's going to be very minimal compared to the books, the version in the books. But some, I think we're going to see some, just simplified is what I'm saying. That's my prediction anyway. Okay, and one last one's from He Angry, and he says, there's a wiki posted, I'll put the link in the description for this, for Game of Thrones Season 6, and he says it's got like a sneak peek, so it's got a lot of info and stuff like that, which is cool. So you guys can go ahead and look that over yourselves if you want to kind of read. And again, with wiki stuff, it's not 100% confirmed. You don't know. A lot of it could be based on articles that are posted by different sources. Sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you'll see for a wiki a finale that has a certain actor or actress listed, but then they're not in it, you know, Wikia and stuff like that, or IMDb is bad for that. So take it with a grain of salt. Whatever you read, you know, yeah, articles, if they're from a good source, then you're probably okay. But if they're just from, you know, who knows where, then, you know, or a smaller site or something like that, you don't know for sure. You know, don't count it 100% as legit and then it's going to happen. You know, read through it. There's some cool stuff in it for some stuff we're going to see. You know, Season 6 is a more unpredictable season than the previous ones because a lot of the storylines, not all of them, some of them are still within book territory, have not been released in A Song of Ice and Fire. We really don't know what's going to happen with Jon. We really don't. You know, he could survive. He could be brought back. He could be dead. You know, we really have no idea at this point. And I think that's fun because it's like now we get to kind of guess which way they're going to go, what's going to happen, and we don't know for sure. So, yeah, so that's what I want to say about that. Okay, so there's those 5. If you guys have any other questions, send them to me seriously because I want to do some more of these and I need more questions. That's it for this one, guys. If you liked it, please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, please share it, please favorite it. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, bottom left, go ahead and click there to subscribe and send me your questions to see more of my Game of Thrones stuff. And that's it for this one, guys. I'll see you again real soon. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace.